Hey everybody, it's Colin Cree. I've got a good friend of mine and colleague, John Schomburg, with me here, and we're going to talk today about communication and relationships and building better relationships. John is a master at listening and communicating. I could tell you this, and in his businesses. So I've got a couple of questions for him, but John, if you would, just kind of tell everybody a little bit about you, what you do with your businesses, and just a little short introduction.
Hey, very good. Thanks. Great to be with you today, Colin. I really appreciate this. So I'm kind of a serial entrepreneur, but what really drives me is uniquely better relationships. And so I'm really connected to, I believe in tying foundational to people in the relationship, who they are, what they're really personally about, and from understanding who they are personally, the byproduct of that is normally finding out what they are professionally and so forth. So, but I really like to start on the personal side of the house and go from there.
Fantastic. Well, I've got a couple of questions for you here, John, and maybe this will be some great shares for everybody out there. But we had talked about this before, but I wanted to ask you, how do you approach new connections? Is there any one or two things that you focus on when you're approaching a new connection?
Yeah. So for me, Colin, I first of all, I get myself in the mindset that when I'm going to meet somebody new, I focus on the personal side of them. It's so easy for us as professionals to go to the professional side to say, what do you do? And I know it is for men. It might be for women as well to be able to say, this is what I do on the professional side of myself. And all we hear about is the professional side. But for me, I like to center in on the personal side. So I want to know, sometimes I pretend with people, let's say that we've known each other for 20 years, but we haven't seen each other for 5 years. And so I want to know, what are you doing with family? Who's growing up and doing what? Where have you been on vacation recently? And so forth. And I find that exercise really centers people for who they really are. Okay. We know that they work for a living. You have to here in the United States to generate income to pay your bills and that. But really, we are more about our personal side of our house and who we are and we spend our life with for it. So I hope that addresses your question.
Here was the next one, and this one fascinated me the way you answered it last time. But what is the most important thing you feel to advancing an already established relationship?
Boy, you're going to trigger me now to recall some of that. But I think for advancing a relationship is, for me, remaining focused on what's important to them. And Colin, I don't know if I'm hitting the mark on this exactly, but people are made up of a couple core things. They have their physical life, they have their spiritual life, they have the professional life, and so forth. And for me, it's maybe honing in on what items of those are important to them. Where are they at in their life? So I'm going to start out there, but focus me in a little bit, Colin.
So as far as we were talking about a conversation you were having with someone you know in the person, you had the introduction, and the purpose of the call originally was for business. It's trying to create a business relationship. But you showed me a different way of going about that. So the ultimate goal was a business relationship. Yeah. But what was it that you really spent your time on?
Yeah. So Colin, it comes back to that personal note. So often we get tunnel vision on the purpose of our call is to discuss business. Mm-hmm. But many times we miss opportunity so let's forget business for the moment again, and let's find out who this person really is. Okay. And when we find out who this person is and also who they associate with, it immediately broadens our opportunity for byproducts of business. Okay. So we might be focused on this one individual and what they're capable of doing. Like I had a call the other day with a gentleman And I knew that he had an element of software that I needed. But relationships, if you go into opportunities with people about relationships, because you'll always need other entities in your life, other people in your life to solve other problems in your life that you run into.
Mm-hmm.
And so get the most out of the people you're working with by not only on the professional side of them, but on the relationship side of it and who they have relationships with.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we focus in on that personal side of who they associate with from a personal.
I think we lost you. Hopefully we'll get you back here. Maybe he's coming back here. Technology's great, isn't it? We're back.
Hey, Colin.
Technology.
It dropped at some point there. I don't know how much you.
I'm not sure, and I lost you again here. Oh, are you back? Okay.
I'm back now.
I got you back. So I think in summary, kind of what you were bringing up, that great point was there were two things that I heard. One was that we want to establish, we're going after the relationship, whether it's the sale of the home, which I am in, or back in the day, personal training was the sale that we were after. But one thing that you said was, okay, let's find out more about the relationship of the person and the people around them, because those people, if we want to do business with that person or build a relationship, there's probably people around them that could be beneficial, to us in the long run, and also that we can help them. The same thing. It's people that are collaborative in that environment. And that was the thing that I picked up out of it, is don't think of the person in front of you, but also the people around that person. And that's when we make a bigger impact, I think.
Very well said, Colin. Absolutely. You encapsulated all of it. Absolutely.
So, okay, since our technology seems to be a little short, we're going to cut this one here at this point, but love to have some more of these conversations. For everybody out there, if this was beneficial to you, please share this with someone, comment along. And then, John, where can people, for instance, business-wise, can they reach you on LinkedIn?
Yeah, I'm on LinkedIn, just simply John Schomburg.
Okay.
And then also on Facebook. My company is Lot Talk, LOTTALK, lottalk.com.
Okay.
And, yeah, reach out to me if they have any questions.
All right. Sounds great. Hey, thanks for chatting here.
Thanks, Colin.